when the guy grabs me, like the guy that's going towards me, grabs me and say, hey, give me your freaking cell phone. And my brain just went like, I want to break your face. Hello there. For this one, I need a cafecito. Hey there. How's it going? My name is Steve. Long time no see. I've been, sharing a little bit of my life here and there in different YouTube channels and social media and stuff like that. But I have quite a story to tell. This happened to me quite recently, so I'm still shaking off the little tiny webs of trauma that this gave me and my friends and stuff like that. And I'm just gonna tell you a story. This happened as I'm recording this video. This basically happened a little bit over 72 hours ago, a little over that. Let's say, I don't know, around 80 hours, maybe 90 hours. Essentially, the story is as follows. I was in Bogota, Colombia, and I was gonna meet up with some friends to go and meet up some other friends at this very famous club that a lot of people go, primarily people from the LGBTQ plus community, but there's everybody from all types of spectrums and stuff goes to this particular club. I never been to this club. It's kind of an exclusive club, like you have to pay a cover fee and stuff like that. It's called the Old Caput. Now it's called Kinder. And it's basically like a giant club that there's like different types of atmospheres. The majority is all DJ based, but there's different rooms and there's a lot of like techno, electronic music, like that type of vibe. And sometimes they do like an anti-fashion show and like all these different elements and lights and music and stuff happening essentially. But before I got there to meet my friends, I'm meeting with some friends. So I'm leaving the apartment, essentially. This is roughly around, I don't know, 10:45 p.m. And I'm meeting with two of my friends that are locals from there. They're two girls. And from there, they've decided that we're going to walk, right? And we're going to walk to the club, which is roughly, let's say, I don't know, 40 to 35 to 40 blocks, let's say, from where we met. And we're walking and we're talking and just, having a good time and stuff. And we're on our way to the club. When we're about, I don't know, 6 to 7 to maybe 8 blocks away from getting to the actual club, essentially two guys pull up in motorcycles. So it was exactly two motorcycles, and in each motorcycle there were two guys. So in total there were 4 guys. Those guys pulled like a little slightly in front of us. The moment one guy is stepping out of the motorcycle, one of my friends just guns out running. Like she's gone. Like she just left. For a microsecond, like a very slight microsecond, I had the same thought of leaving running. But the thing that happened is that the other friend that's there, she's in a state of shock and she can't move and she's not really like extremely athletic and stuff like I wasn't aware even the other friend was that athletic, that she left running and stuff. But essentially we were essentially being in a situation where we're about to be robbed. I could have escaped, but I'm not gonna leave my friend there that's like this tiny woman, essentially, and she's in shock there. So I decided to stay. In that microsecond, I made that decision Two guys get off the motorcycle. So each motorcycle, the guy that's driving the motorcycle stays in the motorcycle. The guys that were in the back step out of the motorcycle. And immediately one guy is going directly to the girl and another guy is going directly to me. And the thing that they're saying is, give me your cell phone, give me the cell phone. That's what they keep repeating. For that microsecond that this is happening immediately, my eyes go straight to like watch their hands, watch their pockets, and they were wearing hoodies. So the pockets are in front of the hoodies. I was like looking at that quick. And just in that very quick second, like all this is happening so quick, essentially. I don't see a gun and I don't see a knife or I don't see any type of weapon. So when the guy grabs me, like the guy that's going towards me, grabs me and say, hey, give me your freaking cell phone, essentially. I noticed, I don't know if my adrenaline kicked in at that moment, but I just noticed that even him grabbing me didn't feel that powerful, or I wasn't feeling like I was being extremely threatened. So I just went into attack mode because essentially, since I didn't see any weapons of any kind, I just said, I am defending not only myself, but my friend. And I immediately essentially like almost did like a judo throw. I never practiced judo. I done aikido, I done some boxing, some jiu-jitsu, stuff like that. But I essentially did like a judo throw to this guy. And my brain just went like, I want to break your face. This dude, both dudes were wearing motorcycle helmets. So I literally punched the dude's helmet like completely open. So I broke this dude's motorcycle helmet. And I'm punching it as hard as I can while taking some hits, don't get me wrong. But then the guy that's with my friend and trying to get her cell phone that's inside like a kangaroo, like a little purse that you wrap, like you put across your body, he sees that his friend, it's on the ground getting punched in the face by me, and I already broke his like helmet. And I'm just going and going and going. And essentially he stops like harassing my friend for the cell phone and just comes immediately towards me to attack me. So he starts kicking and punching me and stuff. And I'm trying to defend myself. I can't really fully throw him to the ground because he's a much bigger dude. But I'm punching him. I'm punching him in the body. I'm punching him in the face because he had the motorcycle helmet but a little open. The other guy, I had to literally punch his helmet open, essentially. And a few seconds later, that all this is happening, like someone, which I thought at the time was like a security guard from a building or something like that, essentially starts whistling, like beep, 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 like whistling very hard. Meanwhile, the dudes that were in the motorcycles, they never got out of the motorcycles. I thought at one point I'm gonna fight 4 people. That's what I thought. But those guys never left the motorcycle. And because of the whistle and because of me, they weren't expecting me to fight back and stuff. They immediately, after all that stuff, just scattered themselves back into the motorcycle and left. Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm in a state of like just awe and shock, and I couldn't even believe that I reacted that way, and like all this stuff that's happening, and my friend is like super in shock, she can barely move. And I'm like, yo, are you okay? Did they steal anything from you? And she said, no. So we went walking towards the other street back to look for our other friend. And then we found her, and she was talking to some people, supposedly seeking for help. I don't believe that in me entirely. And supposedly she got like bitten by a dog as well. But anyway, basically, we're retelling the story and what happened. And then she's like, oh, did you get robbed? And then I'm touching my pockets and touching my things. I'm like, damn, I think they took my lighter. Like literally that was the only thing that like I could check, like just checking my pockets if they took anything, money, whatever. And it was literally just my lighter that was missing. So we went back to the crime scene, and that's when because again, everything went like crazy, adrenaline, like survival mode. Like, I haven't been in that state in a long ass time in my life. So everything, while it was happening, it was like almost like a movie, like an action movie that I was in. It was insane. But anyway, when we go back to the crime scene, essentially where things happen, that's when I see that I broke this dude's helmet. Because I was just so focused on like, I want to punch his face, that I didn't even realize that I broke his helmet, really. I was just in the moment, just like that. The first dude. Then I noticed there was a watch, like, that I completely ripped from the other guy that was on the floor. So there was a broken watch right there that apparently I did. Fighting, scuffling with the other dude. Like, I broke that, and it was there. And then I found my lighter right there on the floor. So I was like, I guess they got robbed in a way, And yeah, it was an unbelievable story. And then we're walking up, and that's when we saw the old lady. There's an old lady going like, hey, like, there were some people that were getting robbed out here. And we were like, yeah, that was us. And then we started talking to the old lady back and forth and whatever. And yeah, and then after, we kept talking about it and stuff. And then we said, hey, we're still going to the party. We got to celebrate this victory and stuff. But then we called the Uber. Even though we were like 6 blocks away, we still called the Uber, because like, this just happened. So we didn't want to, like, all of a sudden those guys do a roundabout or something or whatever, So like, we ended up calling an Uber. We ended up going to the party. We did, some people did some things at the party, it's a rave. Some people do stuff because of YouTube and all that stuff. And I can't really say stuff of what people were consuming. But essentially, I did very mild things. And the whole time, like, my brain was just going through like, man, what could I done better in that situation? Because everybody was hearing the story now, especially from the girls. And everybody was like looking at me like hero eyes, like, yo, I can't believe you did that. I couldn't believe you could fight. I could, like, all this stuff, And, but in my head, I was just like, man, what could I done better? Like, man, I wish I could have punched that guy just 2 times more so I could make him really bleed, Like, my brain was going through like crazy stuff, just thinking about just that traumatic situation. And for the past 48 hours after, I just kept thinking and thinking about that and stuff. And I actually flew out of Bogota. So I'm in a whole different region right now that's way more like tranquil. Nothing happens here. It's mad cool. But I just kept thinking of like, man, how can I just not only avoid those type of situations in the future, but just even do better. I wanted to show you, like, here are some scars of like just me punching. I don't have nothing really, really crazy. Again, the adrenaline kicked in so hard that like every punch, every kick that I received, I did not feel it. Like, I felt like I was in a video game. But of course, the day after that, I felt, especially the entire right side of my body just destroyed. Not fully destroyed, but just in certain parts. Like, my foot hurt, the knee hurt, but the knee hurt more like the first 24 to 36 hours. Then my shoulder was hurting a lot. And then I was getting random muscle pain and stuff. And yeah, the biggest thing was the punching hand. So here's where I did most of the damage. As you can see, I don't have like crazy scars, but I do have those. I guess that's where I used the majority of my force. Here I got some scarring as well, and stuff. And yeah, those are like the victory scars. So yeah, man, all I can say is that be ready, man. Be ready for whatever happens in life. The last thing I thought was that I was even gonna go through that, you know. In my head, I was like, well, I guess I'm about to get robbed. But my brain just went to a whole different dimension, and I opted to fight not only for me, but for my friend. If I was in that same situation by myself, I would have definitely ran away. And I can run really fast. Like, I trust my running more than my fighting, but I do have fighting technique and stuff like that. But my running is outstanding in comparison. But because of the exact situation that I was in, one of my friends ran away, so she was fine, and she thought that she was gonna get like persecuted by a motorcycle or something. Thank God that didn't happen. But then my other friend was there in shock, and yeah, and I was like, I'm not gonna leave this person by herself, and if I have to fight my way through this situation, even if at the end I get robbed, at least I went down with a fight. And somehow, some way, I ended up winning, which is so rare. I haven't been in a fight in such a long time, and I think I never actually won a fight, like won, like for real, like a street fight, not like a thing that you do in karate class or whatever. Like, I'm talking like fighting with people. Like, I fought in high school back in the day, not like professionally, but like bullies and whatever. So yeah, that's just a story I wanted to get off my chest, because I felt like the best way to also process the trauma and just to leave it behind is to open up and talk about it. And like, instead of telling my mom that she would be so worried about it or whatever, or telling it to a million friends, I would rather just tell it to you guys that might find interest and could possibly been in a similar situation. And I just want to know. I just want to know. Leave in the comments below, like, what situations have you been in? Have you fought your way through a situation? I've been also in situations where, like, you know, people got guns and like you can't do nothing. You just have to oblige to whatever, you know? So yeah, but that was like the first time that like I've had that particular situation happen to me. And my reaction was, even I'm still shocked that that happened to me and that I reacted the way that I did. And yeah, I just want to know about you guys. What do you think about this story? This is very fresh. This literally happened freaking last Saturday. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But at least I feel better just sharing it and putting it out there. And yeah, just let me know your thoughts. And if you like this type of content, then I'll share more stuff. I have so many stories that are old and all that stuff. But this is so fresh that I was like, man, I need to get rid of this, like, for real. So I wanted to share with you guys. And yeah, hope you like this type of stuff. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share with a friend or two that might have more thoughts than you do, or might have stories and stuff. And this is healing. Let's keep sharing our stories, because it's very therapeutic when you go through a very traumatic process, and just to share your feelings out there. So let's do it together, all right? Anyways, that's all for today. I'll catch you on the next one, and thank you for listening.